morning everyone. I just want to start out this video by saying, as you would have seen, I'm pretty sure, started reading the book for today and I did film the number generator choosing it. But there has been like work going on outside of my room since like 8 a.m. and I was hoping the machinery noises would stop, but actually they haven't and they're still going on, and now also someone is mowing their lawn. Why was I going to say that? That's the American way. But I don't really have much more time to film this, so big apologies for the noises in the background if you can hear them. You might not be able to, and this might all be pointless for me to say, but I just wanted to say it in case you can hear it and it's annoying you. So yeah, as I said, you would have already seen me starting this video, but this will be the Google number generator chooses how many pages I read in a day for the week. It's Tuesday the 4th of March, I believe, and as I said, I don't have much time left for today. I did have some time this morning, so I have started the number count that was chosen, which was, I believe, 135 pages. I chose, I think, 250 is my maximum because I have most of the day to read. I have up until, I think, 3 o'clock, and then I'll have the evening as well. So 250 is about maybe 4 hours of reading for me. Anyway, I got 135, which happened to be the last page of a chapter actually, which I think I showed in one of the clips that you would have seen. And the book I'm starting with is Us Against You by Frederick Buckman. This I have talked about, I think, in a few videos, but I just really want to get to this. The first book deals with like a very serious topic and how the town reacts to that and supports the individuals involved. And I honestly, I think I might have said, I don't know, I loved Beartown. I gave it 4.5 stars when I read it. Literally, my only criticism is that it is quite long, and this one is already feeling quite long as well. Back to what I was saying about the week. Today I have a lot of the day free. I'm obviously reading 135 pages. Tomorrow I again have most of the day free. I have a few more like little bits going on throughout the day, but again I think it will be a higher number for pages. And same with Thursday, I have most of the day free on that day. So I could finish this book in the next 3 days. And then I think a few of the other days I'm working past that. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it is now 11 a.m. the next day on Wednesday, and I have read 135 pages of Us Against You. I am liking that there's a direction to the story now, whereas at the beginning it kind of just felt like everything was falling apart a little bit, to be honest. So yeah, I am liking it at the moment. Again, nothing really has happened much yet, but I am enjoying it, and I definitely am at the point now where I want to read it. Actually, it's 11:30, so it's 11:30. So I don't have like loads of time left because I'm seeing my boyfriend later today. I might be able to read a bit like later in the evening, but I'm not that good at doing that when I have like a goal. I normally just fall asleep. So I don't really know what number I'm gonna choose. Okay, so I'm hoping you can see this. I might have to just like not be in the camera. So I've got 1 to 150 and I'm just gonna tap it now and we'll see what we get. Hopefully it's not really low, but also I don't want it to be too high as well. So let's see. Okay, that's way too low. I'm not doing that. That is too low. Okay, we'll do it again. Okay, we'll do that. 143. I can do that. Sorry, I just had to change the angle because I'm actually not sure if you can even see me in that clip. We're going to get up to page 278, I've worked out. So I'm just going to quickly look in the book and see if that's the end of a chapter because I don't really want to stop in the middle of a chapter. Okay, so this is the second time it's ended on the end of a chapter, as in the number is the last page of a chapter, so that's really good. It will take me up to chapter 34, and I am currently on chapter 17. So yeah, let's just start reading. Okay, so it is now Thursday, which is the third day of this week's reading vlog, I guess, and I am now 278 pages into Beartown. I keep saying Beartown, it's not Beartown, it's Us Against You. Anyway, I'm really liking it, and we're at a point now where like definitely things are going on. Something big has just happened. Actually, I finished it almost after something really big happened. So I'm really like eager to get back into this. This morning I am helping my mum do some work, admin sort of stuff, just so she can get it done a bit quicker. So I don't have loads of time today, not as much as I thought I did anyway. So I am going to do my maximum number as 120. Still pretty high, but not too high. Let's just screen record it. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. So we've got minimum 1, maximum 120. 105. Okay, that's really good. Adding an extra 105 pages takes me to the middle of a chapter at like, I think it was like 383 pages. I honestly could finish this book today because I think there's like 25 more pages after that. So we'll see how my day goes and if I do even manage to do 105. I'm sure I will, and I might finish it today. I did end up finishing Us Against You by Frederick Backman. I think I'm going to give this like a 4.25 slash 4.5 star. I gave Beartown 4.5 and I remember really loving that one, and I do feel like there was maybe slightly more going on in Beartown. This one you're more connected to the characters, so it's quite hard to like know which one I prefer, as well as obviously I read Beartown a while ago now, so it's not at the top of my mind, but I did really love it, and I do feel like the message in the first one is quite relatable. I mean, the messages in this one are also relatable, but on a more personal level, whereas the first one, I feel like the issues are a bit more generally relatable, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm thinking 4.25 is what I'm going to give it, but I'm still not 100% sure. I just really enjoyed it. I will say in general, Frederick Backman's writing is a little bit slower paced. I think people say this in general in their reviews, but if you're feeling like you want to DNF, just try and push a little bit more into it and then you'll probably start to love it. I feel like the reward of reading these books is worth it. So yeah, that's kind of all my thoughts, to be honest. As it's the second book in the series, I feel like I can't say too much. There's one character in particular that's like introduced in this book that's not talked about in the first one, and I really loved him, and his storyline was just so sad in the end. So yeah, I don't want to like ruin it. And obviously I love Benji. I feel like everyone loves Benji. So I loved his storyline and following him and his sisters especially. I also really like Bobo's storyline. It was a bit more sadder than the first one, but I just really like how Frederick Backman has like got these individual traits from every character and has like made that their storyline. I know that that's how every book should be, but it's just so different in his book. Little things about each character make sense throughout like their actions, and because in the book you kind of see little bits of their future and it just makes sense for like their personalities and stuff. I will say I wish we saw a bit more of Amat because I really like him and I really loved him in the first book, and we didn't see too much of him in this one, but I'm hoping the third book will have a bit more of him. And yeah, other than that, I just feel like this book wasn't like, it didn't give me a 5-star feeling, and I feel like none of them are going to be 5 stars just because of how long it takes to get into them. And again, I know I said that it's worth it, it is worth it, but it does sort of hinder my rating a little bit. I kind of want to read a bit more tonight, so I might start my next book tonight, but I am going to do my number generator now because I'm working most of the day tomorrow, so I'm just not going to have time. And yeah, I'll still keep you updated as much as I can tomorrow, but I'm obviously going to do a lower number. And I've chosen 50 pages because I believe I can get maybe 30 done in the morning and then maybe a couple more pages in the evening, but we'll see. And obviously I don't think I'm going to get 50 anyway in this generator. Yeah, let's just do it. Okay, yeah, 34. I feel like that is so safe for me because I could potentially get that done in the morning, but it means I'm not rushing. I think the next book I'm going to read is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. I'm just going to go and get it. So I'm kind of now realizing that this video is like kind of me finishing series or like continuing series, but that's good. I need to continue the series that I'm reading. So yeah, Hopeless, the last book in the Chestnut Springs series. I'm just so excited to read this now. I'm really in the mood for it. Really in the mood for just a romance, but more so Chestnut Springs and like cowboy romance. I will obviously show you tomorrow me reading the 34 pages anyway. My thoughts going into this are that I don't think I'm going to love it as much as any of the other books, maybe more than Powerless, because I was not a big fan of Powerless and I know that's pretty unpopular. I'm thinking maybe a 4-star at the highest. I'll see you tomorrow to read the 34 pages. So it is the next day, it is Saturday, and I have been out this morning, so I haven't been able to read, but I did get to the 34 pages last night. I read 10 pages the night before and then finished the 34 last night, and I am really enjoying Hopeless. I think I had lower expectations because of what other people have said about it, but to be fair, I am like really enjoying it, and I think both characters have like a plot separate to them being together. I'm just going to really quickly do the number generator. I obviously have been out this morning, so I don't think I'm going to get much time to read again today. I'll see you for when I'm reading. So it is now day 5 and I do have some time today to read, so that's good because the last couple of days I haven't really had any time. So as you saw last night, I did read a bit more of Hopeless. I'm still not like really far in. Let me see how far I am actually. Yeah, I'm 74 pages, which I think you would have seen in the clip before this. So I'm almost a quarter through, I think, roughly. And I am really liking it. We've obviously got to the point now where the fake engagement has started. That's interesting to see how that goes. I am really liking the characters. I do feel like maybe this is the least relatable book because the characters have very specific storylines. And obviously I don't need to relate to characters to enjoy a book. I just like when I can relate to an aspect of a character. So obviously with Reckless, I really related to Winter. So I really just love that book because I saw a lot of myself in her decisions, which I think I talked about in one of my reading vlogs all the way back in September. I'm not sure which one. So yeah, I do feel like the characters in this are the least relatable so far, and that's not really to do with their personalities necessarily, although it is definitely somewhat to do with their personalities. It's more just to do with their situations in life. But other than that, I'm really enjoying it. I'm interested to see how it goes because there are some things that have already been brought up and I'm a bit like, I don't know how I feel about this just because of the age gap, and I know all of the rest of them had age gaps, but the situation is different in this book, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about that, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And yeah, I am really liking it. I'm liking the whole bartender part of it. Fun fact, I was a bartender for a little while. So yeah, I'm going to carry on reading, obviously. I'm going to do the number generator now. I don't really know how long I want to put it for because I will have a bit of time free today, but I won't have loads. So I don't think I'll do as much as I did at the beginning of the week, but I might do sort of 100 pages. That's just under 2 hours of reading. I think I could do that if I read now as well. I'm gonna do 100, I think, because obviously it probably won't be 100. Let's put that in and then screen record. So let's see what we get. 37. Okay, that's fine. I can definitely do that today. We'll just quickly see where that takes us to in the book. So it takes us up to page 112, which is literally at the start of a chapter. So I will probably I'll get up to roughly chapter 13, which is 120 pages into the book. So that's a decent amount for today. And then I'm hoping tomorrow I can read a bit more, but I don't think I'm going to finish this in this vlog, which is a bit annoying, but obviously you will see my thoughts in the wrap up. So that's at least positive. So for now, I think I'm just going to make a smoothie quickly, and I'm also going to prep a bunch of chia puddings. I think I have said already in this video, when it starts to get a bit warmer outside and the weather's a bit nicer, I for some reason just really want to eat chia pudding all the time. So I'm gonna make a batch of that now, and yeah, I'll show you that. Maybe I can like put a little thing showing how I make mine because I love mine, and normally I have mango with it, but at the moment it's not as easy to get mango. Yeah, I'm making it with strawberries at the moment, but I honestly do recommend the strawberries because it makes the actual chia pudding taste of strawberry. So yeah, let's go do that. I am up to page 96, so I think from what I remember that means I did not complete the number of pages for yesterday. I think I said I was going to get up to 120, so I was going to try and get up to chapter 13, page 120, and I didn't. So I'm going to add that on to today's one, but I'm not going to add however many it takes to get up to 120. I'm going to add the number that I got yesterday, which I already can't remember. I think it was like 36 or something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I just was so tired yesterday. I've been very tired generally recently. I feel like I may have mentioned this a little bit in previous videos. I know that I've obviously talked a little bit about my health anxiety, but I struggle with like joint pain, kind of, I guess you would call it, but it's more like a deep ache in my joints and it kind of spreads. I'm not going to go further than that, but I'm sure you can imagine sometimes that just means that I do not want to move. I don't want to do anything. I just want to lie down or sit down. And honestly, if anyone's watching this and they also have this, I would love to talk to you about it. So please comment or even go to my Bookstagram, which is Natalia Reads with an extra S or 2 extra S's. I'll put it here, and DM me because I would love to talk to people about it. I know that there are people out there that have something similar to me, but so far I haven't been able to get diagnosed with anything, and I'm honestly not sure if I ever will. But I thought I'd just mention that in this video because it does affect how much I read and how willing I am to read. But saying all of that, I would like to finish Hopeless today. It is 11 o'clock and I'm basically free for the whole day until maybe 5 o'clock. So I should be able to finish it because obviously I'm at 100 pages and there's like 450, I'm going to say. Not even that, like less than 400 pages. I'm going to quickly work out how many pages I have left of this book, and that's what we're going to put in the number generator. I also have to add the numbers from yesterday as well, so I don't know what that will add up to. But yeah, I'm going to quickly calculate that and then we'll put it in the number generator. Okay, so I've worked out that there's 290 pages left, and then obviously I need to add, I'm going to say 20 pages. I haven't worked that out yet. I'm going to put on the number generator 270, but whatever I get, I'm still going to aim to finish the book today. Okay, so I can see now I got 37 yesterday and I think I read maybe just under 20, so I do think I have about 20 to pass over. Okay, let's go. 147. Okay, so I feel like I can do this, but I will update you either at the end of today or tomorrow morning, and we'll close up the video obviously and I'll give a little overview. But I do want to say as well that I feel like I did mention this and I still feel this way. I am enjoying it and I am loving being back in the Chestnut Springs world. We are, I think, about to have Bailey meet his family, which will be interesting, and it will be like the first proper bit with all of the family back together again, as I said, and I hope that I put this together well. I am liking it. I can see the chemistry between them, and I can see that this is giving Bo purpose in his life, which is obviously a very positive thing at the moment for him. I am not too keen on the age gap, and I know that like every book pretty much in this series has had an age gap. I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't love the second book's age gap either, but this one there's just a bit of like a, I don't know if I want to say power dynamic, but there's just something that's making me a bit wary, and it's not because of Bo's intentions or even because of Bailey's intentions. It's just the scenario that they're in, and it's mostly because of Bailey's position in the town and the way she has lived so far. Like it all makes sense, but it does mean that she is maybe a bit like vulnerable, I guess. And I know that she comes across as not vulnerable in like her personality, but she is kind of vulnerable. And I hope that that kind of makes sense. I'm not like going to make that affect my rating too much, or I'm going to try not to anyway. So yeah, I hope that that kind of makes sense, and I feel like maybe other people will see where I'm coming from, and maybe other people have already said this as well. I don't want to be too like serious about it because at the end of the day it is just a fun romance book, but that's kind of my like reservations. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna have to soft DNF Hopeless. because I just am not vibing with it. Like, just to put it really simply, I feel like I am now, I think 136. Yeah, I'm 136 pages in, and it's not feeling like there's anything really making me want to read on. I'm gonna DNF it, and I don't know if I'll ever finish it, to be honest, which is very sad. There's something that's making me not want to root for them two together, and I don't think that's going to change. In fact, I think it might make me dislike it more when they get more into their actual relationship. I've also been reading some Goodreads reviews and seen that it definitely gets spicier, and there's some scenes that are very like uncomfortable to read apparently, and I just feel like I don't need to put myself through that when I am not loving the characters. Those are kind of my thoughts. I really wanted to like this, but I just feel like it's just not hitting, which is really sad. So I figured out I read 22 pages yesterday, which means I think I have about 15 pages left from yesterday's to move into today's, and I did the maths, and I think that plus what we got today was 162. Yeah, 162. So that's how many pages I need to read today. I'm obviously not going to finish Hopeless as I hoped, but we have read 40 pages of Hopeless so far today. So that equals, what does that equal? 122 pages left for today. So about 2 hours of reading left for today, and it's, I think, about 3 o'clock maybe. So yeah, I don't know what book I want to read, to be honest. I was kind of feeling like maybe I should do another literary fiction, maybe a short one like I Who Have Never Known Men, or something like that, but then that's very heavy, I feel like, and I don't know if I want that, especially because I'm just trying to read these pages today. So I'm going to have a look at my TBR and get back to you on that. Okay, so these are the 3 books I've picked up. I don't know which one I want to read, to be honest, but both of these are on my March TBR. These Twisted Bonds is the second book in the These Hollow Vows trilogy, and I did really like These Hollow Vows. Again, that's in a video from September, I believe. I think that was my name chooses my read video, and I really like the first one, and I feel like I will be able to read 120 pages of this, so that's definitely a possibility. It's just quite a thick book to get into when I'm feeling a bit slumpy from Hopeless. Then Practice Makes Perfect. I know I'm gonna like this at least a little bit, or I really hope I'm gonna like this at least a little bit. I don't know if I want to go into another romance, but this would be a good light-hearted option, so I'm not sure. And then obviously, as I said, I Who Have Never Known Men. This is really short and I really want to read it. I just feel like maybe I won't actually be able to read it today just because of the content in it. It's like 170 pages, so I feel like I want to save this one for a different day when I can just read it in one day. So I think I'm gonna go for These Twisted Bonds. Is that what it's called? Yeah. I think I'm gonna go for this because this was also on my January TBR. So also was kind of on my February TBR as well. So I feel like we should just get this done, and I do feel like out of all of them, this is the one that I could definitely read 122 pages of. So yeah, we're gonna read this. Okay, I'm really sorry if you can hear the noise outside, but I'm hoping my microphone will like cover the noise. This is like a common reoccurrence during this video. I also realised another common reoccurrence is that I keep wearing my Speak Now cardigan. So apologies for that. I tried to switch it up today. Yesterday I did read the remainder of the pages of These Twisted Bonds, which was 122 pages, and as I kind of said yesterday, I knew that I'd be able to get that far into the book just because, one, it's a fantasy book, and I feel like if you get into a fantasy book you can just keep on reading it. But I did really love the first one, so I kind of just knew that I was going to enjoy it, and I have been really enjoying it. Again, the same thoughts as what I had with the first one. I do feel like it's kind of juvenile writing, and some parts are a bit like cringy, I guess. I wouldn't say like actually cringy, but just so basic that it's a bit cringy. I kind of like that because it's very easy to follow and you know what's happening, which is a lot better than some fantasies where you're just so confused. I feel like I could finish this pretty quickly, so you'll definitely see this in my March wrap up video. I just really enjoy it, and if you're someone that can read a bit more basic writing in a fantasy, I think you'd like this series. I'm also someone that can't picture things in my mind. I can't remember the word for that, but I can't picture things in my mind. So I'm not really a person that needs to be fully immersed, because no matter how descriptive the writing is, I'm not going to be able to like picture it in my mind. I'm just kind of reading the words and like that's it. Like I'm not picturing anything. So I find fantasies like this like kind of easier to read. I know obviously it's easy to read, but some people I can imagine like to picture everything. I am obviously finished with this video now. It's been kind of confusing looking back at all my clips and working out how much I read on each day, but I think I have figured it out. So I'm going to put a little table, I guess, on the board. I hope that that's what I do anyway. Who knows, I might be really lazy and not do that. So on the first day, which I believe was Tuesday, I read for an hour and 55 minutes and I got 135 pages on my number generator. On Wednesday, which was the second day, I apparently read for 3 hours and 2 minutes, but I only got 145 pages on the number generator. So I think I might have done the maths wrong on that, because that would be more in line with 2 hours. On the third day, I did finish Us Against You. I got 105 pages on the number generator and I read this for 2 hours and 8 minutes. And then I started Hopeless, which I read for 18 minutes.